Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. EA is bringing back one of our favorite things for the World Cup final. We've loved it in the past couple of years when EA has dropped winners teams for the winners of Europa League, Conference League, Champions League, and the Women's Champions League. Well, it sounds like that's coming back for the World Cup final. This is the first time that it's happened since FIFA 18, by the way. We'll take a look at that and what that could mean for content this weekend. And of course, guys, we got to take a look at all the new summer content that we just got yesterday with Summer Stars. We've got glitched game modes and objectives. We got pricey evolutions with good upgrades and very good SBCs with the hope of more good content coming today on Saturday. Also, guys, we have a market's going crazy, and I just experienced one of the craziest things ever on Ultimate Team I think I've ever seen. We're going to talk about that in the video today. If you guys are excited for it, drop a thumbs up with the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's begin by looking back over all of yesterday's Promo Friday content for Summer Stars. First, in objectives, where we had 375 total footies tokens released between the greatest show objective here in the campaign tab and then the new event and also tournament objectives dropped in the live events tab. We'll get to that in a second. That was the glitched game mode yesterday. But this greatest show objective first, it gives some tokens. It gives a Oyarzabal as the group reward with some SP as well as some star performers like the Ketelera, Lopez, and then some very good 4 Playstyle Plus boosting Evos. I like this a lot because previously we were only able to get 4 Playstyle Pluses by paying through paid Evos or by having a Glory Hunter's cosmetic on a card and being able to get one of those 4th Playstyle Plus Evos on an item. These are regular reward Evos taking us to 4 Playstyle Pluses. Big fan of that. There's a bunch of them in here. There's an incisive one right there like we looked at. There's a header one with precision header and enforcer. This one gives load driven and game changer. I am a fan of that. So I think this is a pretty good objective. It is pretty easy to do, especially if you're getting it done a little quicker inside of the new Festival of Football event mode, because that mode is 1st to 3. Now, I'm going to go to the game mode first because this is the problem everyone was having after content yesterday. This game mode was glitched. As EA tweeted out, the Festival of Football squad requirement was not working. You could not satisfy the requirement at all. You would put Festival of Football players in your team of all different variants, and it wouldn't work. They tweeted just a couple of hours ago that it finally is working, and I just played my first game in this game mode, and it worked just fine. Now, this is a 2-part event with how it works. You've got the event that is first, which is a 1st to 3 short matches game mode where you have 30 total matches to win 3. Once you win 3, you unlock the tournament live event here, which is regular classic match 4-round tournament style for the extra reward. So I went and played my first game in the event, won that one. So we're 1 of 3 to unlocking this Ultimate Festival tournament. Now, going back to objectives, as you can see, you've got objectives for both sides of those live events. You've got the regular live event objective here, which gives 120 footies tokens, some other evolutions, which actually boost some stats, and then some packs. And then you've got the tournament objective and a bonus objective, which there are some very good packs inside of here. You got an 84x5 there and some tokens. And then in the bonus objective, you got a 95 plus guaranteed Summer Stars player pack with some other Evos, SP, and some big packs. And you're like an 87 and an 88x3. So that's where it gets a bit more competitive. You do not have to get this done, but there is more rewards, including that Summer Stars guarantee pack and some extra tokens if you want to go into the tournament side of things. But at the very least, make sure you use every single one of the 30 games for this live event, because once again, it is 1st to 3. That is going to be a fantastic place to complete evolutions and get other objectives done because the games are going to be shorter. I just played the first game in it and it was super short, so that is super nice. Now, speaking of tokens, we need to talk about the Footies token store, which refreshed yesterday, and the Foot Champs token store. Let's talk about the negative first, and that's the Champs token store. Guys, like we talked about in yesterday's video, the packs that they were going to be adding to the store for Foot Champs packs did not look very good. The Summer Stars guarantee packs and player picks in here are not good. I had 1,000 Champs tokens saved up, or I had 900, sorry. I opened the 400 and the 500 token pack and player pick here in the Champs token store. Abysmal. I would tell you, if you have Champs tokens, just save them for footies, because honestly, there are no, or at least there's not enough guaranteed ratings inside of these packs to actually make them good. I saw multiple people open the most expensive token store pack with FUT Champs tokens yesterday and get nothing better than a card that's like 30,000 coins on the market, because there's only one card guaranteed to be 96 or higher in that one. The best pick that we saw was the 2 of 8 95 plus. It's only a 2 of 8. Last week we had a 4 of 8 for the 95 plus for the Phenoms. This week it's only a 2 of 8. I think you could try that if you want to try to make some coins, but I would not expect to get too much value from that. My FUT Champs tokens from this weekend that I get, I will be saving for footies. I also don't think the players were that great. Smith, Conceição, and Palmer. That Cole Palmer card looks like it could have been released during Team of the Season and been cool, but we are months past that time, and cards now have way better stats than that, and he's not even evolvable. He's actually only evolvable to 3 play stop pluses, so that's unfortunate if you're a Chelsea fan or an England fan, and you want to collect that Cole Palmer card right there. Now, the other token store got some better rewards, but it's not also like that crazy at the same time. We have a couple of Summer Star specific packs. You've got a tradable 1 of 4 for 150 tokens and an untradable pack, which gives you 2 95 plus cards for 250 tokens. I wouldn't risk it with these either, guys, because when you look at this promo team like we are in a second, there are so many cards that are 95 and above. The 95 guaranteed as a part of this really does nothing. I think these Evos are the best reward for your coin value or your token value inside of the Footies store. I like the 200 token and the 2 100 token Evos that were new yesterday. Pedro Porro, I've already got an Evo that's better. Bruno Guimaraes does look pretty good if you want him, and Trossard is there looking decent if you want his card as well. One thing I would draw your attention to is this 500 footies token store pack number 4. Because, guys, this includes 2 88 plus, 5 of 25, and the other one's a 7 of 25 player picks. And this is where I had one of the craziest things I've ever experienced inside of any Ultimate Team ever happened to me yesterday. After a couple of you guys in the chat were saying, Nate, those player picks are pretty good, you should go and try that out. I opened the first one because I'm like, what am I going to do with my footies tokens? The first player pick has Mbappe 98 just released in packs, 6 million coin card. This is crazy, right? Unbelievable. Most expensive guy in the team. I just packed his 97 last week. The red list is in. EA's giving me players, you know, that's what the claims are. This is insane, right? Absolutely unbelievable. GG's, what a pull. I'm stoked. I go and open another one of those for another 500 tokens. I get Mbappe again. I still cannot believe that this happened. I have a dupe 98 Mbappe sitting in my SBC storage. EA, you're making it obvious, man, all right? You're going to make everybody believe that the streamers get boosted luck, and maybe you are boosting luck. You're never going to say that you boost the luck of streamers because you could get in legal trouble for that, I'm sure. But it just, I mean, that's crazy luck, guys. That is crazy luck. EA is doing themselves no favors here. I'm blessed to be able to have this happen to me, but what are the odds of this happening? Slim to none. In reality, I just got insanely lucky, but this is crazy, all right? The allegations are at an all-time high. I posted on my TikTok the video of this if you want to check it out, in the Instagram as well, and I said, the description was, hi, my name is Nate, and I'm an EA employee. Because how else do you describe this, man? Come on, dude. Like, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I would recommend opening that pack, not just because you have a chance at some of the new Summer Stars cards and some of the bigger cards. Feels like you have the best chance from that token pack right there. You also get some pretty good fodder from that as well. But overall, especially with the Champs token store yesterday, I just feel a little bit underwhelmed. Even though, again, with the Footies token store, I got crazy stuff. Still feeling a little underwhelmed with what we got there. I'm saving my FUT Champs tokens into footies this next week. Now, let's keep it moving and talk about yesterday's main event Evo, as the leakers normally call it, the big Evo that we get on a Friday night. The Humble Viking, obviously named after Erling Haaland, max 94 striker Evo. Only problem with this Evo is it's max 3 play stop pluses, and it's 250,000 coins. Now, R9 does fit this, ends up looking really good with a huge physical boost that is not just for lengthy players. A lot of people will take a look at this Evo and say, oh, this Rayan is going to be lengthy and he's going to be super crazy after this Evo. Yeah, he probably is, and you can customize his playstyle pluses as well. But also at the same time, having high physical on a card is just good all around. Like, take a look at Hyunmin Sun here. That's a nice boost to physical for him, up to 96 with the playstyle pluses that he already has and the ones that he gets. One thing I will tell you is there is an Evo in rewards called No Stutter. I put striker position on this Tim Ream for Evos like this. I don't like this one because it gives him finesse plus, but if you want to make a center back, actually go pretty crazy with some other upgrades. If you want to boost the card up all around as much as you want, check out that Evo in rewards. It's called No Stutter because that gives striker position to any max 94 rated card. And then, of course, you can put them into this Evo. This Voltamana card looks pretty good with 97 shooting, 96 dribbling, and 95 physical as well. There are some pretty crazy cards coming out of this. But again, the real thing that I keep coming back to is 250,000 coins to get good stats, but not insane, is just a lot, right? Because now we're creating 4 playstyle plus cards for free through objectives, as we just took a look at. So I think that one's a bit too expensive. The other Evo we had yesterday is called Summer Spark. It's a free one. It's more of a chain Evo. Gives a nice boost on short passing, balance, dribbling up to 96. It gives Tiki Taka and technical up to 4 playstyle pluses, as well as vision, composure, long passing, reactions, curve, agility, ball control get boosted too. One thing to note, that agility stat goes up to 96. That means if you have somebody who is lengthy, they could potentially no longer be lengthy, going to 96 agility. So it's only a +1 overall. This one's maybe going to be a good fit for my Kudus there, taking up his stats in the passing and dribbling department. Hazard gets a nice boost there too. Bobby Charlton looks not as great, but still good. So I think that's an okay Evo, and it's a nice one that it's free. I like that it only boosts the overall +1. Now, last but not least, the SBCs. We got the big man himself, Michael Olise. You can tell that it's already done. I got to go all the way to the back of the SBC section to go look at this card because I completed this right away yesterday with a lot of the saved up packs that I had. It is 10 squads coming in at about 400,000 coins to complete this Olise card, which does take a little bit of work. But if he was on the market with those stats, looking at the player prices for the rest of this promo, I think that's a fair price. I really do. It's a really nice card. Yes, you can complain that he has no incisive and he has no finesse plus. His card in game is very good though. I'm running him as a right mid and he's just fun to use. And honestly, it's the first big player SBC in a while that just is fun because it is Olise. So I'm enjoying this card so far. He actually is pretty decently fast with the rapid plus and his left stick dribbling is very, very nice. So highly recommend that one. He's 600 thumbs up to only 180 thumbs down on the card itself. The SBC is 71% thumbs up, which I would also agree with. Now, that's a good SBC. I like that. We talked about fodder moving up. We should go back to flipping here for a second. We talked about fodder going up potentially with this SBC coming out, and it did. If you take a look at 89 rateds, they're back down right now at right around 3K or 2.8K. But yesterday after content, they spiked for sure. I mean, these cards were 2.2K all the way up to 3.2 for a lot of them. 3.5K I saw 89 selling at. This is, if you're on a low budget, a great place to get on bids this weekend because people are still going to be doing those SBCs. Look at Graham Hansen down here at 5,000 coins. What is going on with this card? I mean, she was 25K last week and now she's 5K. That must be a mistake. VVD is down at 5,000 coins and that's kind of where he was, but yesterday he shot all the way up to 8,000 coins after this Olise came out, because what you run into is a lack of 89s and 90s that you need to get all those 91 rated squads done. You might have 92s, 3s, and 4s, or 95s in your club, but you run out of the 89s and the 90s. So that's why those are going up a good bit on the market. Actually seeing fodder move in July for an SBC is actually pretty crazy. Now, what you don't need fodder for is the showdown. This is literally free. People thought this was a glitch yesterday for a second. Grimaldo and Otamendi, even though they're not the greatest of cards, Grimaldo does look pretty good, but it doesn't have intercept, and Otamendi has aerial plus instead of intercept plus, which he should have, but These cards only require gold rares. You turn in 2 squads of gold rare players, you get each of these done. Absolutely fantastic. They're 50-50 right now, kind of, on the footbin vote for the SBCs. I think they're downvoted because the players and the cards don't look that great, but they're upvoted because the price is so cheap. Those are must complete. Complete both of them, because then whoever ends up winning the World Cup final, you are going to have a live and upgraded card for that game with a 4th playstyle plus and +2 overall. So I'm a fan of that one. Also in SBCs yesterday, we had 2 new player picks. The 84 plus Summer Tournament Nations player pick. This one's very, very good. I'm actually considering switching over from the 84x2 to this 1 of 3 84 plus. Depending on how the pack weight is for the promo cards, I'm genuinely considering switching over to this as the one that I will grind throughout the week, because it's an 84 plus now and it's a player pick, instead of just being an 83 plus. So I like that a lot. Let me know if you guys have switched over from the 84 times 2 to that one. Also, yesterday we had a new 93 plus player pick, and they took away the UEFA winners cards. Now it's just Festival of Football, Path to Glory, Glory Hunters, Phenoms, and Star Performers. I opened all 3 of them yesterday. Didn't get anything super crazy, but if you've got extra 88s, 89s, 90s, 87s even, that's a place to put them. Very, very fun player pick, and only 2 squads, so pretty cheap. I was a fan of that as well. Honestly, yesterday overall, SBC content was very solid. Olise fun, Showdown's great. That player pick and the 84 plus player pick, very good. Evos, a little bit expensive for that 250k striker Evo. Objectives, a lot of good stuff once again going on in there in terms of the rewards being a lot of packs, a lot of tokens, 375 of them again, and of course the Evos that were in there as well. Now, we got to take a look at the cards that are in packs. Their prices are also all over the place, and they're kind of affordable. I'm picking up Harry Kane's right now for 650 to 660k because I think he might go up a little bit today on Saturday. I'm looking at cards like this Mbappe, who are down at the 4.7 million coin range, 4.8 mil right now. I picked up a couple of Mo Salahs at 1.2 mil and below. These cards are like kind of hard to pack, but also when you take a look at their prices, I know it's July and it's kind of the end game, but their prices and their supply in the market kind of show that the pack weight's not that terrible, right? Erling Haaland is 1.7 million coins, and actually he's rising right now, but since this card is this cheap, his 97 Glory Hunters and his other live cards got absolutely cooked yesterday. If we're talking about cards that got cooked, speaking of price drops, this 97 Mbappe yesterday dropped 2 million coins in total at one point. This guy was 5.3 mil. He went all the way down to 3.4 mil, where he is right now. Crazy drop on that Mbappe card. The other versions of Harry Kane, the Star Performers, the other version of Messi, the Glory Hunters, all dropped in value. And this promo team is good if you're packing a 97 rated player or above. A lot of the 95s and 96s are already minimum value or like close to minimum value, and sure, they're usable. Like, this is a nice Schumann card, and it's only 35,000 coins and pretty easy to pack, but it does feel like you have to get really lucky to get a player from the 97 rated range or above. I packed Odegaard yesterday and Munoz for 97 rated, and I was very happy with that. Oh, Saibari as well. I got lucky on the Odegaard for sure. Like, that's a really great card. And of course, the Mbappe is kind of its own scenario. But, you know, these cards feel packable enough to want to do the 87x5s every day, to want to maybe even rip a store pack with coins during the weekend. I ripped 3 of the 600k packs yesterday. This is the end game, right? We're spending our coins, going big. I was trying to pack Harry Kane. I got absolutely nothing. The 600k packs, the 525k packs, no bueno. I would not recommend going after those personally. There's probably going to be more packs coming into the store today if you're trying to chase somebody from this promo team. But since this promo team has so many high-rated players in it, so many big name players in it, you absolutely saw the market drop yesterday, right? Declan Rice from 511,000 coins down to 420, 430. Florian Wirtz from 900k down to 700k. And even some of the icons, Beckenbauer, 1.5 mil down to 1.2, where he is right now. So that's kind of the state of the market, as we expected to some degree. We knew that this is like kind of the end game, right? We get these greater and greater promo cards that are coming out, and they're more of the same players that have been cooking during the World Cup, which a lot of people really want to get. They're willing to spend coins on it. They go and sell the old version. They go and sell the other players that they have to go try out the new ones. Not to mention we had kind of an expensive Evo yesterday, the 250K one that I think a lot of people do want to do. So that's going to take some coins off the market as well. It's a time to buy the players and use the players that you want to use, but also at the same time, know that prices are going to drop off because it is the end game. And guys, I'm here to tell you again, prices are going to drop off even more next week because of footies. It always happens. It always does. We're going to want to roll into that promo liquid unless you don't care about your coins because it is the end game. Also, if you want to buy any of these summer stars today, like I kind of picked up the Kane there as you saw for 640 to 650, think we have a slight morning rise because some of these have already shown rises in value. Like Holland was 1.6 mil, 1.5 mil even, and now he's up to 1.8. I think you sell those and get those out before content today because I think they will drop back down later. These cards are kind of following a normal promo Friday movement in terms of they started a bit low, bounced up for weekend league, and then have kind of come back down again. So definitely sell those before content today on Saturday. Now, let's talk about that World Cup final piece of information that's flying under the radar right now. It's flying under the radar because EA put it in small text on their website. Nobody's talking about this, but it might end up being one of the biggest W's of World Cup content. Read this. Upgrades are inspired, talking about these new Summer Stars cards, by the performances that helped drive nations forward, with special winner release cards arriving after the final to honor football's new champions. Winner release cards. That should make you think of a couple different things. The first thing, these. Remember how for the Conference League, the Europa League, the Champions League, and Women's Champions League, we got a full team or 15 players-ish, 14 here for PSG, of players who won, who played in that Champions League final, and they were on the winning team. They got all those 3 playstyle plus 96 rated cards that were all 5-star, 5-star. This is a winner's team. And EA is saying that they're going to release a winner's team for whoever wins the World Cup. That is freaking awesome. And the last time that we saw this was in FIFA 18 because they did this back in FIFA 18 for when France won the 2018 World Cup. They didn't do it in 2022, I think, because the World Cup was at a different time frame. It was in the middle of the game cycle, not at the end of the cycle like we are at right now. This is what we had, very legendary squad back in FIFA 18 with the Pogba, the young Mbappe, Pavard. That Varane was crazy. Who else? Conte, 95 rated in here. Griezmann was kind of the man of the match, so we got a 98 rated card. The 94 rated Giroud as well. And the full bench and reserves got cards as well. Now, the way they've been doing the winners cards this year is they do a starting 11, then they do whoever came off the bench and played. Maximum, of course, of 5 subs, unless the game goes to, you know, extra time or something like that, and there's more. So that's what you would probably expect for a winners team. My question is, for where we're at right now in this stage of the year, a 96 rated 3 playstyle plus team is not going to cut it. So are they going to go 97 rated with 4 playstyle pluses? Are they going to go 98 rated with 4 playstyle pluses? And are they going to use the star performers card design? Are they going to use a different one? I'm not sure. Those are small trivial questions. Here's what I hope. I hope that these winners items are 4 playstyle pluses, 98 rated, sure, but I hope they're in packs for more than 2 days because most of these star performer cards and even those PSG cards for when they were dropped into the game, they were only in packs for 2 days. These cards, when they come out, talking about the winner release for the World Cup final, they're going to be tough to pack. They're going to be expensive on the market. They're going to be rare, but they're also are going to be super duper hype. It's just that ultimate connection between whoever wins the World Cup final and then being able to use those players in game, hopefully getting some up-to-date dynamics from them actually playing in that game. I know that EA can't have the World Cup trophy dynamics. That's one of the things from FIFA 22 that we just love so much. Of course, you had the Messi, you had the Di Maria, you had, sorry, FIFA 23, not FIFA 22. You had so many of those players that had those World Cup dynamics back then. You're not going to have that this time around, but at least the promise of winner releases, which to me sounds like a full team. It could be a partial team, and EA, that'd be a little scummy if it was just a partial team. Do a full team like you did back in FIFA 18 and previous to that, and make it cool. So I would imagine that would be coming Sunday night or on Monday. Tomorrow is a huge day for content on Sunday because of maybe an SBC like Lautaro Martinez for whoever is man of the match, potentially. But then, of course, other cards dropping in packs as winner releases as well. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on that, see if there's any leaks surrounding that. And, of course, guys, we'll be talking about it in tomorrow's video. Watch the content before, during, and after the World Cup because there should be some extra stuff happening in this game. So that is obviously very exciting. But what else is happening today on Saturday for the third place game? Well, we've got the showdown for the third place game, of course, between, Kwanzaa and I forget who the France player is, Mike Maignan, the goalkeeper. You've got that SBC that is still available here if you do want to get involved before the third place game today. But other than that, for Summer Stars content, we have, according to EA's website they put in here, there's a couple of hidden gem pieces of information, by the way. If you need some light Saturday reading, just give this one a scroll through and take a look at that one. They said that there are going to be a total of 5 Summer Star SBCs, 2 Greats of the Game icons, and then the final focus showdown and more. Well, we already know in terms of the leaked SBCs that Zidane and Cruyff are the Greats of the Game icons. So either of those two could be a part of content today on Saturday. A lot of people are interested in them. You've seen Cruyff and Zidane on the front page of Footbin now for the last couple of days. Their prices have dropped, and I would imagine that their prices would continue to drop. This wouldn't be a card that I'd try to trade with at this stage of the game. I know sometimes in earlier parts of the game, we trade with cards that get SBCs because the SBC is super expensive. They go back up. At this stage of the game, I don't think EA is going to make stuff super expensive, so I'd sell those if you have them tradable. But could be Zidane, could be Cruyff today. Also could be Enzo or any of the other allegedly 4 cards that we would be getting as SBCs, or I guess 3, because we have Olise, we have Enzo leaked. There's 3 other Summer Stars that have not been leaked yet that could be coming as SBCs as well. So keep a close eye out for that. I'm sure we'll get at least one for a part of the content drop today. Also, it's Saturday. There's been an SBC refreshing every Saturday now for the past at least month or so, I'd say, since the World Cup started. That's the 85 by 10. You can do it 5 more times, or I can, before it goes away today. Would recommend getting that one done. We'll see if anything changes there, but there was another 85 by 10 pack added to the code, so I don't think anything is going to change there. I think it should just be that SBC refreshing today. And then, of course, on a Saturday, you think about Evos. The biggest Evos usually come out on the weekends. Would it be another 250,000 coin Evo? Probably not. Could it be another one like we had last week on Saturday or somewhere near Saturday, like Iron Sentinel, I think it was last Saturday or something like that? A max 94 CDM Evo that did give 4 playstyle pluses. Hopefully that's where we're at once again. A max 94 Evo giving 3 playstyle pluses. Wouldn't mind if it was free, if we're being completely honest. But it probably will give the Summer Stars card design like the Holland Evo did. So that's that. I will say Evos are not getting leaked as much. And we had an interesting tweet yesterday from one of the leakers who's tweeting out leaks the most. Foot Police says, even if EA fires all their employees and completely overhauls the system, I wouldn't care that much about the game. I'd still have all the info. Showing his cards a little bit there. He somehow would still have all the info if they fired everybody. That's crazy. He must, I don't know what he's got. But he says it's just that most Evos get very few views and the algorithm ends up killing the account. So he's not tweeting out Evo leaks because people don't care. Okay, well, you know what? There is an element of surprise that this game is missing, and I'm fine going without leaks, but we can expect to see Evos on usually Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays that are pretty good because it is the weekend, and that's when most of the best content does come out, smartly so, by EA. Now, objective-wise today, I wouldn't expect too much. Maybe like a Flash Rush. I don't know if they mentioned anything on the website page there for this promo about a Flash Rush objective. Wouldn't expect too much of that, but I guess it's possible. And then other than that, it's just going to be a good day to get some games in for the live event, for the tournament, or for some FUT Champs. But like I said, I am saving up on those FUT Champs tokens because I just was not a fan of everything that dropped yesterday in that stage of the game. Last thing that I want to mention is this whole scenario. We're going to make a quick TikTok on this. today as well. But FIFA 17, 14, and 13 are being revived. I don't know how these guys are doing this. They're somehow building the game back up in some way that is not on EA's servers or even using like EA's build. I don't know how they're doing it, right? They're doing some crazy stuff to build this back up. This is so cool. I didn't play FIFA 13 or 14 really. I played FIFA 17 like crazy. I was a FIFA 15 guy from the start. So that's why I didn't really play 14 or 13. But this is so cool. I think EA is missing out on a huge potential way of, assisting the community and just letting the community have fun by opening up these old games again. I know they don't have the FIFA license anymore, so that's probably a part of it, but these guys have figured out a way to do it. So this has been blowing up over the past 2 days that it has been talked about. There's like 13,000 people in this Discord of this project that they're making, tweets with millions of views, YouTube videos with thousands and stuff like that. I just am a little worried because wouldn't it be so EA to come out and say, yeah, nope, we're gonna put a cease and desist letter to you because we're gonna threaten to sue you because you're using our old game likeness, even though if you're not building it on stuff that we used, if you're just making it look like our old game, I feel like they could sue people over that. They could probably find a way, and it would be such an EA thing to do because EA would want part of the profits, like they would want to get in on the money. And honestly, EA, just open it back up yourself. Figure out the stuff with FIFA, okay? I know you're not partnered with them anymore, but figure it out to open up the old games for even if it's for a limited amount of time. You can still sell FC points and packs on there because people are going to play these and then go and try to open packs and build their FIFA 15, 16, 17, whatever FIFA it is, squads again. It's nostalgia taking you down memory lane, but there's also just something to it that is so much more simple. That's what a lot of people have been talking about. Nick RTFM posted a video. He was talking about this. And it's the truth. It's the simplicity. And we noted in FC 26 earlier in the year during the Future Stars promo that there was just so many things, especially with that one Evo that came out. It was just so hard to figure out how to do it, especially for the casual user who doesn't spend hours and hours in this game every single day. There's just a need for simplicity back in this game again. I think all the content is good and it's cool in a way, but it's also just got too overwhelming to a point where a lot of people are just like, not worth it. And there's memories and there's quality to these games being simple. And that's why people like them. You used gold cards towards the end of FIFA 17. You don't use gold cards now past the first month of the game in FC. So I think this whole thing is super sick. Look this guy up, Wonderful Pie on Twitter. I'll be totally supporting this. I would love to get involved with this. I'd love to play FIFA 17 again. Allegedly, it's only PC only. So if that interests you, you can dive into that and maybe check out our other short on that that's going to be going up today at some point. But crazy situation, so cool. I just have this feeling that EA is going to try to swoop in and do something about it because they just don't seem to be. I can't see them being okay with that. Just knowing EA, that's nothing to me saying, EA, I like EA. Like that's EA being EA. There's a track record here, There's a track record here. So anyway, guys, that's a long ending to the video today, but I hope you guys have a happy Saturday. Best of luck, whether you're cheering on France or England today. I'll be catching that game. Busy day for me, so I probably won't be playing too much of Champs or getting involved in a live event or anything like that, but just getting some packs done, and then I'll come back on Monday for the next stream and cook with this Mbappe. Holy smokes. You got to see the clip of that as well, man. Anyway, guys, have a great Saturday. It's been TheFutAccountant. I'll see you later. Peace out.